call them retards, and he will back his shit up. They call him Uncle Terry, and he truly doesn't give a fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck.
What is going on, people? Welcome to Beyond the Slap. I am your host, Terry Dunning, and I've got a couple inside stories I want to share with you guys that many people don't want out. The first one is a lot of people have been asking about the women's division. Well, I got an inside story I'm going to let you guys know exclusively this morning. Apparently, Paige Van Zant they were trying to get Paige Van Zant to go against her for the women's title match at Power Slap 19 here in Las Vegas. But as I previously stated before and caused a lot of controversy, Paige Van Zant wants a lot more money than they're willing to pay. So according to my sources, that match is not taking place here at Power Slap 19. They are not willing to pay Paige Van Zant the money that she is asking. Again, I caught a lot of heat when I came with that story, and I'm talking a lot of fucking heat. But like most stories I put out there, almost all stories, they've turned out to be fact, and the ones that haven't just haven't materialized yet. But that one is materializing once again. According to my sources, Paige Van Zant will not take the fight against Ellie Dempster for the women's title because she's asking for more money than Power Slap's willing to pay. But I do have another story I'd like to cover where another group of people accuse me of lying and putting out false information. And today I bring them facts. And remember, timing is everything. Sometimes I don't release information information or what I have to back up that information right away so that I can catch people in lies and stuff like that, possibly wait for matches, or so I don't reveal my source of who gave it to me, because sometimes my source is the only one that knows, so I can't reveal exactly the content that I have to back up my stories at the time that I come out with my stories. But I always follow up and bring facts. One of those instances was the Crazy Hawaiian. Back around August, September time, I had mentioned about him having being on drugs and stuff. And he went on the Ding and Dong show, actually. And he basically bashed his platform, talking about how we put out false content and misled a lot of people. Today, I'm bringing them facts to you guys. And timing is everything. Again, remember, I know why I choose to drop times or drop information at the time I do. Of course, I won't reveal it to you guys, but I always have a method to my madness. I will say this, that I'm hearing that the Crazy Hawaiian has now been selected to be coach at Power Slap 19. I cannot confirm this. I would assume it would be probably Rob and Brandon, and I haven't spoke to either one of them guys, but I am hearing from other people that Crazy Hawaiian is actually going to be one of the coaches at Power Slap 19 here in Las Vegas. But with that said, I do have some information about the Crazy Hawaiian that he totally denied and put out information that this platform lies and attacks him. In fact, I actually got messages from people very close to the Crazy Hawaiian, without revealing who. They actually kind of sent threatening and harassing emails when I put this information out. The information I put out was I said the Crazy Hawaiian was on meth and was on drugs. And of course, he went over to Ding and Dong, and he denied that. He said that, it was all workout, all that. Well, I'd like to share something with you guys today. Let me go ahead and bring it up on my screen. Today, I'm bringing forth the arrest record. Now, there's 2 arrest records, but I'm actually using his wife, Milena, I believe is her name. I'm going to use her arrest record today because it was more humorous when I read hers. And just to be clear on her name, let me make sure that I don't mispronounce it or anything. Looking here. What the hell was her name now? Jesus. It was on here somewhere. Oh, Malaya. Malaya is her name. Identified as Malaya. Let me highlight it right there so you guys can see on the screen. Make sure it is showing on my screen. Yes, her name is Malaya Brianne Vierns. This is her arrest record and her statement. Now, again, I said that they were both on meth. I didn't know the amount of drugs that they were on. You guys are going to shit when I go over that list here in a minute. But give you a summary of what went on. In short, they got pulled over as he. Let me basically read the whole thing. Upon entering the northeast section of this crossed out on patrol, I observed a silver passenger car parked next to one of the three parked, and it's blacked out. Currently on the lot, probably vehicles is what it says. Due to the lot being private property, I decided to make contact. As I drove closer to the parked location, I observed a female operator and a blank, probably going to be male because that's information is actually in his arrest report, in the front seat. As I placed my patrol vehicle in park and exit, I observed both individuals wave and saying we were going to leave. I informed them to remain where they were as I approached the operator's side window. As I arrived at the operator window, I looked down at the operator's hands, which was around a few different items. One of which, the items identified through my training experience, was a small glass smoking device, while with white residue visible on the inside of the device, normally associated with methamphetamine consumption. Now we're getting deep. At that point, I requested the operator to exit the vehicle. At my third request, the female operator exited the vehicle. It took 3 times for this operator. Let me just check back over here. Yeah, it took 3 times for this operator to get her to leave the vehicle. Where was I? At that point, I requested on the third request, exit the vehicle. Placed the items she was holding into an open purse between the operator and the front passenger seat. And I spoke with her beside my patrol vehicle, beside her, the way you worded this. And I spoke with her beside my patrol vehicle. I observed Sergeant Hoff remain with the blank passenger. It's going to be male passenger is what it says, as he exited as well at the rear of the suspect vehicle. I informed the female identified as Malaya Brianne Vierns my observation of the pipe she was holding and pointed to the pipe sitting in plain view on the top of her open purse. Malaya stated she was going to quit using that day. I asked Malaya when was the last time she used narcotics. She told me it was earlier that morning. I guess she changed her mind after she did drugs. She decided she wasn't going to quit that day. This gets very interesting right about now, people. He requested Malaya move to the front bumper area of the vehicle. I observed Sergeant Hoyft and the male subject, that word's going to be male that's crossed out, in the rear bumper area. I began to search the vehicle, locating the following items. Now, this list gets very long, people. It's actually a good amount. It's about 1 full page when you piece it together. These are some of the items. I'm not going to go over all of them, but I'm going to go over some of the very interesting ones. There was a small cloth bag with the following contents: 2 small baggies with white residue, 2 small baggies with methamphetamine, tested positive for methamphetamine with Nartec testing. Ampule is what it says. I'm sorry. There was 1 cut straw with residue, 1 plastic pipe cleaner, 1 new glass smoking pipe without residue. They got a brand new one. Orange prescription pill bottle without prescription label containing the following. It had 12 unidentified tan oval pills, 2.5 Xanax, 50 Zantac, 5 hydrocodone, 12, I don't even know what the fuck this is, 3 amphetamine, 23 alprazolam, and I don't know what these other fucking drugs are, these other pills. There was 2 of hydrochloroquine or whatever the fuck it is, 1 unidentified white circle pill. There was also 1 small white metal container with the following: 5 small baggies with white residue, 1 small baggie with methamphetamine tested positive with meth. Another one of their tests. 1 metal spoon tested positive for cocaine. 1 large glass smoking pipe with residue, 1 small baggie with white residue. This is other drugs, and I'm not even done yet. 2 small baggies with white substances Malaya stated was baking soda did not test positive for cocaine or meth or opiates with their test. So with that, I'm asking, what was? Oh, and I'll get to that actually before I comment on it. Let me comment what she had stated it was: a small weight scale with visible white residue. After searching the vehicle and locating all the items mutually reachable locations within, I read Malaya her Miranda rights at approximately 11:30. She informed me she understood her rights and she would speak with me. I showed her the items located inside the vehicle and asked her which items belonged to her. She responded by saying it was all shared items with the male would be the word that's crossed out, identified as, and that would be Koa's name, and that's in his report as well, by Sergeant Hoyft. I asked her what types of narcotics will be determined when I test them, and she responded saying meth. I asked her specifically in reference to a large metal spoon, what types of narcotics will be determined, and she responded maybe cocaine. I asked her, people don't laugh. She confessed to everything on this shit. I asked about the medication inside the orange unmarked pill bottle. She responded by saying it was some of my old meds and some of his too, is what that crossed out word is. Moving her eyes towards uh, Koa is who she looked at. That would be the crossed out name. As she spoke, I asked her where she got the methamphetamine from that I located, and she stated, just go to some place close to the zoo in Springfield and start asking around. This girl knew right where to get fucking drugs. This wasn't her first time. But again, she was trying to quit that day, according to her statement to the police. After speaking with Malaya, the officer placed her in handcuffs, positioned in front of her, and secured her inside the passenger cage area of his patrol vehicle. He contacted, blanked out, and read, I'm assuming that said Koa, and read his Miranda rights at approximately 11:45. He informed me, would be the crossed out word. He understood his rights. All those are in reference to him, all in reference to Koa, rights, and said he would speak with me. I showed him the items I located inside the vehicle and asked him which items belonged to him. He responded by saying that pipe on the left, clarifying one of the small glass smoking pipes with visible white residue. I asked him about the rest of the items collected and he stated they were shared. I observed Sergeant Hoyf place handcuffs on him and secured him in the rear passenger cage of his patrol vehicle. Sergeant Hoyf and I transported both individuals basically to booking. Both individuals stated they did not have a current home, having been evicted from their last known residence and considered themselves homeless. So, my first question would be, let me go ahead and bring up my camera. And you guys seen the report now. I've shared it with you guys. My first question would be, what the fuck were you guys doing with fake cocaine? When she stated that it was baking soda. Why were you guys running around with fake cocaine? Were you guys selling fake drugs? That's my first question to you guys. More so, why would you guys put out there that I had lied and put out false information about you, knowing I was going to follow up and bring up these facts eventually? Why the fuck would you guys ever try me like that? I don't get it. And this is not to crush Koa, because when I put out his jail picture yesterday, I won't try and humiliate him, but it basically told me he's trying to change his life. But that's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that you're still pulling scam. I'm hearing stuff that, just approximately 2.5 weeks before Vern died in this accident, that he signed over everything he owned to you guys. And I'm not shitting you. I get a lot of information, and I am not a police agency of any kind or an investigator, but I have received more emails telling me to look into Vern White's accident than I have any other tip that I've ever received covering the sport. I have so many people telling me that this ain't right. Go look at this. Things were signed over to him just before his passing. I'm hearing that you guys are claiming that it was your vehicle that you were in and trying to get a Cybertruck out of the deal, which was not the case. It was not your vehicle. It was Vern's, although he was going to leave it to you when he passed. But that was all signed just weeks before he died in this accident, that your wife was in the vehicle. And people were telling me over and over, look at this, Terry, just pay attention to this. Utah apparently didn't investigate it. I guess there's people on social media even saying that something's not right with that they didn't investigate it. There was something not right. It's all over their social media on their news page. But something about you, Koa, just tells me you're really not trying to get your life right. I wish and hope that you would, but having covered you for 2 years and the stuff that I've learned about you, I would say I don't think you're trying to get your shit straight yet. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, then why are you trying to get a Cybertruck out of Vern's death while shedding tears and stuff and talking about him dying. Did you offer to pay any of his funeral cost? You just want some money. Instead of asking for things in his name, did you offer anything in his name? He offered his home and everything he had to you. You're telling people that you are about to be homeless and that you're homeless, but I got inside sources telling me that that's not the case, that everything's been signed over to you. I know his wife is running social media, and I'm getting a lot of people messaging me pissed off about that, saying, why is she running his account? I don't know. I know she knew his wife, Koa's wife, the crazy's wife, has known Vern for approximately 3 months. She was not close to him, and all of a sudden she's running his social media and answering and putting all these statements out, on his social media on his behalf. I don't know, people. I don't know why she's doing it. And I get why people are sending her harassing shit. I totally get it. She has no business on his page. He's passed. Leave his page alone. You're being very selective about what you put out, too. I do notice that. But as far as the crazy Hawaiian stuff, they were arrested. I stand by my statement. You guys know when I put something out, I'm going to come with firepower eventually and show my shit. I'm a very patient man. I don't mind waiting. Just like with the Paige Van Zandt, I am hearing that match was supposed to take place between her and Ellie Dempster for the women's title, but Paige is asking for too much money. But when I put it out there last year that she was wanting more money and they weren't willing to pay her, I had people boycott this channel, talk about how it's lying. People were using that to, try and shut this fucking platform down. You guys just ain't patient like I am. I know shit that's happening in that promotion before it's even fucking obvious to the general audience. So when it comes to that shit, man, guys, don't doubt me next time. Know that I will eventually bring firepower. And when it comes to Paige Van Zandt shit, just know I will be dropping firepower on that to back my shit up soon. I'm just waiting for a statement from Paige Van Zandt on all my accusations before I do it. Let her come and say that I was fucking lying instead of just blocking me and have other people say I was lying. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and bounce. I think I put enough information out there for you guys. I'm trying to keep it under 20 minutes. Again, I'm hearing Crazy Hawaiian is supposed to be a coach there. And with all his scheming and scamming and shit and drug problems, is that somebody you want coaching you when you go to battle at the next event? And I get his brother's going to be battling. He wants to be his brother's coach. But all these other people, I would say this. That Koa is very well known. Koa, being the Crazy Hawaiian, is a very well known fucking partier. He's very well known to fail drug tests and get popped for drugs. I have shown you guys that. Keep that in mind when this guy is supposed to be your coach at Power Slap 19. Is he really focused on you, or is he going to be fucking high from the night before, partying over at these places that he hangs out here in Vegas? I'm not even going to mention their names. You guys have a kick-ass day, and we will talk soon.
Jerry's got a belly that Jerry's Wang knows he's the king of the facts, yeah, he's got the groove. Sits in his chair, puffing clouds to the moon. His laughs like thunder, you can hear it boom. Chunky Terry's got the mic, watch him go. Lighten up the truth while smoke billows low. Making competition look dumb on the show. Chunky Terry's groove, baby, don't you know? Hell, dig through the dirt, find the gold in the grime. He's the Sherlock of podcasts, solving truths in no time. Got a joke for the jokers, a burn for the fools. Terry's the professor, rewriting the rules. He's got that wit, sharper than a blade. Takes no prisoners,